Hello. Hello, friends. Hi, Daisy. Well, hi. Let me just say to you that you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat tonight. Do we have sound? We have sound. Yeah. I have good news for you, folks. I have great news for you. And Daisy is dying to tell you about it. What? What is it? Really? Huh? Uh, uh, no, no, no. I'm doing a recap. I'm doing. Hey, I'm talking. Hey, hey, hey. I'm doing a recap. Just can I talk, please, for a second, please? That'd be okay. Okay, I'm doing a recap because the last video I made, the sound went out for some crazy. Where are you going? Where are you going, Daisy? Get over here. I'm not finished. Set. Now I'm doing a recap of the video that I did earlier. Nobody could hear what was going on. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what, friend? We get to redo it. Come here. Come here. Come up. Turn. Let's see you. Come here. We're going to take 2 seconds. Okay. Say hi to everybody. This is Daisy. Okay. You did great. I'm so glad. Your breath smells like cat poop. You see me in a kitty litter. Again. Again. No, don't like me. All right. Go lay down. Good girl. Go lay down. All right. So now that we got caught up there, we were into a interview with Mr. Robert Nozawa from the island of Oahu in the great Hawaiian Islands, I imagine. I've never been there, but man, he's a good dude, and he's from there, so I've seen pictures of the area. It's great. There's some great people there, and it's a great area. What's going on with you guys? What is that, Mel Monty? Hello, Mel Monty. How are you, darling? How are you? Smiles, everyone. Smiles. Smiles. Robert Nozawa is trying to get his relaxation on right now. He is almost fresh out of work. And my man, I love him. My man opened up his YouTube and saw me or his messages and said, "Hey man, how about an interview?" He called me fresh out of work, like, "Yeah, bro, I'm ready to go. Let's go. This is what we play for. Let's do it." My man. Take a chill. You good. It's good. It's a great interview. Fruit fly. Fruit fly, man. Fruit fly. What's up, James Rohrbach? Rohrbach. Yeah. I think so, Mel. I think so. Oh, I agree. If I do that, I will have to count on Robert to remind me of what we're talking about. I can tell you that much. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't have a lot on the dais for tomorrow, so might be being a little loose tonight. You know, I held it together okay last night. I think maybe I might have. I kept it to 30 minutes. I think that was good. That was good. All right. So we're going to get into some things because some of the things that you did miss in the conversation, man, we were talking a little bit about climate change and all that stuff. It was weird. I mean, it was cool, but I didn't expect it. And all of a sudden we're in this corner, we're in this house, and all of a sudden in this corner of this house, and we're just talking about climate change, and it was awesome. So I'm looking forward to picking it up from there if he answers. Robert Nizawa, are you there?
Aloha, my friend.
Aloha, buddy. How are you?
Nice and cool now. The day's finally over.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. A wonderful aloha to you. Everybody is asking about the we apparently didn't have any sound for the entire conversation. You and I were talking about climate change and all that, and kind of both sides of it. Do you want to wrap up our conversation, what we did in 5 minutes? Like, just real quick, talk about what we spoke about, and we can then move on from there.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So move forward. Talk about what's going on in Hawaii with the rising levels of the sea level, and how long it's been, how many years it's been since you've seen any levels, if it's whatever time frame that is or whatever. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in Hawaii as a result of that.
Well, I've lived here pretty much all my life. I had a stint in college in Arizona and lived in San Diego. But for the most part, I lived here. So up until about maybe 3 years ago, I've personally noticed more wave activity coming on land onto our highways, which runs along the coast. And it's been progressively getting worse to the point where every day water comes, ocean water, salt water from the waves comes onto the highway, splashing over cars, drenching the highway. So every day I have to go through this driving, avoiding the salt water on the highways.
So that's new. That's climate change, and that's been going on for the last couple of years. Do you believe in climate change, Mr. Robert Nizawa?
Yeah, I'm thinking of more like the solar cycle, how the sun affects our planet. It has a great influence on our planet as far as its cycle.
Interesting.
So,
What elaborate on that? What do you mean about our solar cycle? Do you think it has something to do? Do you think we're rocketing through space within our galaxy, and we're moving like whatever it is, hundreds of thousands of tens of billions of miles an hour within our own galaxy as we're rocketing through space with our own sun, and that we go through these solar cycles that like sometimes freeze us out, like when the mastodon were caught with the frozen buttercups in their mouth once they thawed out, like a flash freeze. Do you think these are natural cycles that go through in our world, on our planet, and have always happened? And that as things are thawing out, that maybe happen on a once in a 10,000 type year cycle where we're thawing out these mastodons with buttercups in their mouths, that we learn the fragility of life, and we see that history and science with, I guess, religion kind of exposes everything. Would you elaborate on any of that?
I totally agree with what you're saying.
Sweet. Let me come up with another question.
I believe in cycles, yes, and we as humans been here for just a blink of an eye, and we don't know thousands of years of history that the Earth has had. And from our perspective, we're just learning.
That's true. We're uncovering. We've learned lots about the world digging under the surface of the planet. We've learned a lot about skeletons. We've learned a lot about what's roamed the world before. It may be one of the greatest abacuses. Maybe that's the wrong word, but formulas for us to learn our past is by studying what's below the surface of the earth. I always had a fascination with archaeology, especially as I saw dinosaur bones, and it never took me beyond the wonderment of it. But when I saw these giant bone structures that were put together to assimilate a massive person or individual that was beyond comprehension of anything that we could imagine. Things in the realm of 25, 30 feet in height. Do you subscribe to any of that, Robert?
I've never wondered about that in particular. I've wondered, I think about how many past advanced human civilizations might have come before us, even billions of years ago. We think we're advanced, but who knows? There may have been even far more advanced humans in the beginning of Earth.
Well,
that's what I wondered.
And I appreciate that answer to the question, because it implies to me that you maybe believe that this world has maybe grown to an existence and been destroyed maybe once or twice or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times or however many times. Is that what you're subscribing to a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it has merit, Robert Nozawa. I think, well, without knowing anything about how you feel about this, I look at things that are happening in the world beyond the whole Q movement. I mean, that's all beautiful. But when I look at structures that are underwater, when I look at geometric shapes and forms and things that are constructed that are now underwater, there's clearly a roadmap to show us that there's a past in mankind that has been wiped out a few times. Or am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I don't think so.
What's your thoughts?
No, I totally agree with you, Bill.
My best friend. I love it. I don't know if there's anything that truly merits us knowing the truth in life. I feel like one thing I can say for certain, and I'll say this, and I'll leave this phone call with this, is that I believe whatever the secrets of mankind have been hidden from us, and many of our instincts are very good. I think that's true, whether it be myself or it be Mr. Robert Nozawa, who is a brilliant man in and of himself. He's a great guy too. But I feel like many of these worldly secrets and in the history of the world is truly going to be revealed as a result of this entire movement that got President Trump elected. Forget all about QAnon. That's a byproduct of President Trump. Let's keep our eye on the prize. President Trump is the one steering the ship. We get QAnon as a byproduct that has told us the future. I believe so much in this movement, and I don't know if you feel this way, Robert. I'll let you respond in just a second, but I feel so boldly within this movement that the president taking care of business the way that he is and his chosen administration, however you want to show it, the Q movement could go away, actually. And it's grown to the point where we wouldn't need it to resurface, although I do believe it will. And I just think it's great for everybody. The longer that this draws out, the longer that this gets played out without there being additional violence more than necessary, it's just going to open the door when this all comes flooding to an end and people are held accountable. It's going to open the door for all the new technology. I don't know. I believe that, man. What, do you think so or no?
I think so. I agree with you. Bill, I think KK might have had a question she wanted to ask.
Well, I have clearly not been watching the chat. Let me see what she said. What did KK say? About Georgie's? Do I have any Georgies here? I do. I don't film them.
If you're asking me, KK, we don't have no Georgies here. I wish we did.
You have no squirrels at all, man?
No, like I said in the previous stream, the only thing we got close to that is probably a mongoose.
I got you. Well, they are non-threatening. They are, I don't know, are they vermin? I guess they are. They are cute.
Yeah, for a farmer, they cause a lot of damage. A corn farmer here.
I always struggled with people saying, yeah, they taste just like chicken. I've never ate one or shot one or any of that kind of stuff. I want no business with that. But I suppose if Armageddon ever hits, I guess I'll know that if I shoot Georgie and got to eat his ass, he's going to taste like chicken. That's good.
Chris was asking what kind of fish.
What kind of fish? Oh my.
Yeah, there's dozens of different kinds of fish here. Raised part fisherman, so I can throw net fish.
How about in your area? Do you catch or mahi?
I haven't personally caught mahi, but yeah, they're out there. They're out in the ocean.
It's actually one of my favorite whitefish. My favorite Hawaiian whitefish is mahi. It usually comes served in a nice big fillet, and it's just such a delicious Hawaiian whitefish. What other kinds of fishes that you guys caught that like?
I've always thought the mahi was a great fish to fillet and prepare. But growing up, we used to catch this really ugly fish. They call it a broom fish. It's called a hagi. Hagi.
Hagi.
But when you fillet that fish, I think hands down it's way better than mahi.
Have you ate it? Have you ate it quite a bit?
Oh yes. My father and I throw net fish. That's having a net and having it over your shoulder and being able to throw it into a big circle and covering the fish, whether they're in a school or by themselves. And so we go for these fish called hagi, and it's great for sashimi, having it raw, slicing up the fillets and having it with soy sauce.
Sure.
Or you could batter it and deep fry it. and they're so much more juicy and tender than the mahi mahi.
Well, yeah, if you deep fry anything, but it sounds like how you eat it. You just tried to make it appealing to me. You're like, man, dude, you could, eat it like me, raw, like super healthy, and put these awesome sauces with it. Or, you could always just, pop it in the fryer, the deep fryer, Bill. You might like it, chase it down with a beer, and I'd be like, yeah, bro, that's like fried clams. I'll eat clams all day if they're fried. But I'm with you, dude, because you know what? I actually do on occasion like raw fish, like how it tastes, especially somewhere out like where you live, and you know that you just pulled this thing out of the ocean or it just got yanked out of the ocean, and it's totally free and clear. It's just beautiful. It's just clean. I'd totally eat sushi out by you, man. Totally. I'd try it at least.
Yeah, in the islands, I grew up eating a whole bunch of different ethnic foods from all the different backgrounds here. So, I you put anything in front of me, I'll probably chow it down, man.
Yeah, I get that, man. I get that 100%. So much. All right, well, Mr. Nozawa, I'm going to wrap up this phone call because I think I'm about to wrap up the live stream. Unless you got some breaking news. Do you got something for me?
Oh, nothing's going on here. It's all quiet, which is a good thing.
Well, I love it, man. And I love talking to you again and catching up with you. And we should do this more often than on a live stream. So let's make sure we make that happen, okay?
Okay, one thing before I go, I see a question. I guess Scotty wants to know if I smoked the whole pig here. Christy, you can tell Scotty that we do something called a emu, which we dig a big pit. We start a fire with a whole bunch of big rocks on them, lava rocks. And we heat those rocks up until they're all glowing red. We cover it with a whole bunch of banana stumps broken up. And then we put in, we clean a whole pig or two, and we put them in there, cover it up with more banana stumps, and we make what we call kalua pig, which is basically a ground oven. So
that's actually super. Sorry.
And we also throw in taro. You could put turkeys, chickens, or virtually any other four-legged creature, I guess. Or
Hey, Robert Nozawa, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Have you ever killed a chicken?
Yeah. I'm a farmer. I grew up doing all kinds of things like that.
You know what's going to happen when I come visit you someday?
Yeah.
You're going to go, Bill, we're going to have some chicken tonight, and you're going to hand me that fucking cleaver, dude. And I'm going to look at you like, arr? And you're going to be like, bitch, be a caveman, chop this fucking head off. And I'm still looking at you like, arr? What? But
we're gonna go in the backyard and get a wild boar, and I'll have you spirit and stuck it.
Dude, I'm going to need to like bring Xanax, which I don't take. I'm gonna have to just like I don't even know how to get it, but I hear it's good for like feelings that when you have anxiety, and that sounds like anxiety to me, man. I'm gonna just have to take some.
No. It's a good thing that we got Applebee's, we got TGI Fridays, and we got other places that you're used to too. So you don't worry about that.
Don't get me wrong, dude. I kill a chicken in a second. I've killed deer. I'm a deer hunter. I've killed deer. I didn't enjoy it, but I killed them and I eated it. But I'm with you, man. You don't want to go on vacation. At least I don't to, go shoot things. But I like catching things on boats. So fishing, getting the whitefish, getting some fresh, sushi out of it. If we could do that, that'd be super fun. And Mrs. M would love that too, because sushi's like one of her favorite things to eat. So me, not so much. I like to remain fat. So that's how I do.
Cool.
All right, brother. Well, it was awesome catching up with you, man. I will see you in the chat, and I will talk to you soon, Robert.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
All right, brother. See you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
You guys, I am not a good interviewer. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right. So. All right. That was fun, actually. I loved it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I appreciate Robert Nozawa stepping up to the plate, because I didn't have anything to talk about tonight. It was going to be about speaking to somebody and talking about your views, talking about your feelings, talking about everything, and just, I mean, you could kind of tell Robert Nozawa and I don't speak all the time. I mean, we get along. We've had some great discussions, but that was pretty raw, unfiltered interview, and I love it that it is that way. I do. Sometimes there's awkward silence. Sometimes I'm overcompensating. Whatever. It is what it is. The movement is about the truth, and the movement is about you that hold the truth and how you move it forward. At the end of the day, Robert Nozawa and I, and a lot of you, believe in one thing, and that's transparency. Let's be transparent with each other, right? How could you not be that? You have to be that. At least that's my 4 cents that I have about that. Thanks for coming. What time is it? Well, I've been on probably longer than I should have been. I will go back through and read the chat. James, I see you're saying something. I'll reach out to you, and we'll see here in the next, whatever. But thanks, Robert Nozawa, for the interview. I appreciate it. And you're a great patriot, a wonderful, wonderful man, hardworking, definitely hardworking, but great man. I've spoke to him a little bit. He's solid guy, for real. And so many of you are great also. I'm not diminishing that. This is a good group, level-headed thinking, even though whatever, I don't know. I think we just try to put everything up to what the realistic perception of truth is. It's got to be realistic, no matter how messed up you get, even a guy like me. I mean, I don't live my day like this, you guys. Most of my day, almost almost 80% of my day is lived pretty straight and narrow. I do about the last 20%, maybe 25, and on a saucy night, maybe 30% of my night is spent on getting to that next level through liquid drinks, and that's cool. Whatever. Much of my life is spent chasing the truth. And I think with me putting the truth as my North Star in life, which I have, it's my North Star. I had a really, really good upbringing. My dad was a very disciplined man, but very fair. And when I fucked up, I deserved everything I got. Definitely, probably deserved more than I got. But I pushed a lot of boundaries. He was a cop, and he was pretty much about eye for an eye type justice. You do this, you get your ass beat. So growing up that way, that was my North Star was getting past the nuances. I use that word a lot, but I'm going to use it again. That life throws you, and it's getting to the truth. And I think we're there. I think we're there or very close, but I think we're there. I think we are sitting on just a ticking time bomb. I think every offensive thing that mainstream television and the left can do, I think they exhausted everything that they can possibly do except for the final thing that they can probably do. I don't think there's a gray area between, like, it'll progressively get worse as we move towards this final plan of the left. They have a sort of dead man switch, I guess, maybe, an ability to shut things down, or at least social media shut things down. Do not worry when this happens. The president and the team have ensured that they have a direct line of communication to you, to me, to patriots, to anybody really that has the ability to listen, and they will broadcast to your cell phone, to your iPad, once social media is brought down, which is coming soon. You can't stop what's happening. That's the major crux of this. You can't stop what's coming. You can't stop the avalanche of information that's already well started. People are waking up in droves. Multiple numbers of people are waking up all over the United States, all over the world. It's all happening. You can't stop it. Can't stop it. It's all happening. We are, like, the reason that Q's not posting is because A, 8chan's been brought down, but B, we don't even need Q at this point. And I think it's wrong that we sit here and try to hold on to something and objectify it as like this God or demigod, I should say, something like Q. I appreciate everything about Q. I've spoken a lot about Q. But if we've made it past the point of the plan where Q was necessary and we take our marching orders from President Trump moving here forward, I'm 100% cool with that, man. I'm 100% cool with that. But that being said, I still believe that Q will probably drop because there'll be a lot of people that don't. They're going to need Q to tell them that it's okay to move forward. Listen, I get that. This is a lot to handle. This is a lot to take in. I don't need Q to come back and validate another thing in my life. I don't need Q to come back and tell me to look back to the plan and trust the plan. I'm all way ahead of it now. I trust the plan. I look at the plan. I listen to the president. I watch what's going on. I listen to things like Serial Brain 2 and the X22 Report and Truth and Art TV and the Patriot Hour and Just Informed Talk. And you take all of this information and Fox News and you just take it all and you put it into your life, and what you come up with is your own version of what the truth is. My own version of the truth is that this country was being taken over. This country, therefore, set a soft coup. I don't even know how to say soft coup. It's a fucking coup. It doesn't matter, it's soft. No, I'm just going to put it in a little bit. It's just going to be soft. Hello? No, it was a coup. It's been exposed. It's coming out. They're dripping the information out to the sheep. And at this point, I mean that with all the love I can muster. The sheep. These are the people that are truly asleep. We're beyond the point of understanding what a Q is, how it works. These people that are going to awaken now going forward are going to have to rely on what we've been told is going to be revealed. So therefore, why not trust that? Why not say, okay, this is where we're at in the plan. We got the Epstein thing. We're having information trickled out, bombshells trickled out. Still all this with Prince Andrew, all this with there's more pedophilia being arrested and reined in. It's all happening. It's all happening. I won't say it's a catastrophe because it's not, but when they make the movie about this President Trump and how eventually the world will be freed of it, they will not have a violent reference really to speak of when they remake the movie of how America was actually freed. It's going to be the most peace-loving genre that anybody can imagine, because all he's done is not run from conflict, but isolated himself from unnecessary conflict. That's what President Trump has done. He thinks it's better to negotiate. He thinks it's better to speak with a country than bomb it. It's not about showing the missiles that you have. When he was speaking to Kim Jong-un, when all that was coming out and he was talking about he's got a bigger butt and he's not afraid to use it, that was all optics. They had already negotiated the deal months prior. We were told this. We were shown this. The people that don't believe this, the people that won't accept that, who won't do the research, who won't actually look at it, don't be mad at me that you're asleep. Be mad at yourself. Take your pompous ass attitude and get your nose into some truth. Go look at resources. Go look at alibis. Go look at the information that's out there. If you're not willing to do that, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Because at that point, you're nothing more than a CNN analyst. You are a walking, talking whack job, snowflake, programmed talking head. That's what you are. And that's what a lot of them are. That's what we're learning through all this, is that a lot of them are. And a lot of them even work for Fox News. But a lot of them are talking fucking paid off heads, right? Right. That's how that goes. All right, I've ranted long enough. That's enough out of me. I'm going to sentence myself to one bowl of cereal and a good night's sleep. So right when I end this, I'm going to have me a big bowl of cereal. That sounds wonderful. That sounds great. All right. So unless you guys got anything, I'm looking forward to going and having that bowl of cereal. I'm going to bed. Gonna crash hard. Love you guys. Thanks, D. Thanks for showing up tonight, you guys. You're tremendous. Yeah, absolutely tremendous. I love you 100%. But I digress. All right. All right. Hey, Joe Mama. I didn't say hi to you tonight, I don't think yet, but I see you. And you too, Headless. I see you. Yeah, I see you guys. I love you all. You guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you when I see you soon. God bless. Have a good night. Love you. Bye.